night when the election count begins, and now I'm in Totnes Leisure Centre. So I'm just going to flip the camera for you. You can see here they've got the election count just through the doors there. Now I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I know it's going to take a miracle to get me in, but I'm here to represent all of those who want to see a halt to 5G on health and safety grounds. And this is why I'm standing. I'm standing for you. I'm standing for every single one of you who is suffering from health effects from a smart meter, LED street light, phone mast, anything that is making you ill. And I'm here for the British people, and I'm here for the planet, and I'm here for the environment. And as I said in and also to keeping my fingers crossed, it's going to be a long night. It's basically been I've had a lot of support, financial to do, unfortunately. I've got the leaflets out to 54,000 people. So they've seen the information, they've seen what I'm offering. And I'm just glad that I managed to get up on stage at my local hustings. There are attempts to prevent me. And I think it's extremely important that we protect democracy. We have to realize what's going on here. There are groups pushing this green technology, Extinction Rebellion, people in the Green Party and elsewhere. You know, I mean, there are good people in the Green Party. There are good people in Extinction Rebellion who are just not aware about this, and they're in fear for their lives because they believe that global warming is going to imminently kill us off in 2030 when it's not. And this green technology, smart meters, or it's being pitched as green, smart meters, LED street lights, electric cars, it's not good for us. Let's look at the health impact. Let's have some critical thinking skills here. I'm really fortunate that I was interviewed on David Dubine's channel recently, Richie Allen, and others, Jason Leosatos. And look, we've got to really stand up for what we believe in. There are people standing up for many different topics and different causes around the world, but we've got to have the discernment. I think this is really, really important. We've got to look at the information. We've got to be humble, and we have to be open-minded to other perspectives and learn. And through that learning, through that discernment, we can tell the difference between good and evil. And I'm on the side of good. Let's help those, let's support those who are speaking out. If there are people in your community who are speaking out, please help them, especially on 5G. But there are other battles going on with natural health treatments being suppressed, all sorts of things. So, just be open-minded, listen, and speak out. Truth conquers fear. Don't be fearful. Don't self-censor. If you believe there's something really important that needs to be talked about, talk to people about it. Engage with others. Connect with others. And connect with like-minded people. If there are people who are just constantly not listening, they're criticizing you, just let them go. Try and wake other people up if you can. And I just think community is really important in this fight. I think next year is going to be a big year. There's January when there's going to be this big protest in London, and I've been invited to speak. So I'm hoping I can get to that. And also March. So Mark Steele is planning a spring offensive. And I'm happy to participate in that as well, whereby we do a big event in March, and we've just really got to get people on board here and wake them up. And I think people are waking up. I've told the other candidates about 5G. I've engaged with Sarah Wollaston. She doesn't really seem to be listening. Louise, who's the Labour candidate here, she was in that council chamber when I got the council on board to invoke the moratorium. And I had friends there helping me. I had Rosie Gladwell, I had Sue Webster, I had, other people there helping me get that. Rosie collected a lot of signatures for the petition. We got over 1,000 signatures, and I told the Conservative candidate, Anthony Mangnall, now he's the favourite to win, and I said to him, look, please look into 5G, and he said he'll look into it. So, I mean, let's hope this happens, and we've got to wake up the people in the political parties in case the independents don't get in. We've got to keep the pressure on, keep going to your local town council meetings, keep the pressure on the government, local government and national government, and keep engaging with people in your local area. I'm happy to come and talk at 5G events. So if you can organize it, I think, it has to be like a town or a city. If you think you can get about 100 people together, because, it's a lot of traveling around for me. I'm trying to manage the site, manage the YouTube, and just survive. Also, anyone who can help or donate at my website, www.5gawareness.com, it would really, really help, because, I've given up my work to basically try and stop 5G, because I think it's an emergency. It's the biggest emergency. 5G is the key to waking up everybody. So I just want to thank all of you for your support, tuning into my channel. I've noticed with my YouTube, which was called Anti-5G Candidate, Greens tried to censor Anti-5G Candidate, that the numbers were being suppressed, the view count was being suppressed by YouTube. And but I just keep going, because I believe the truth is so important, and we have to keep speaking the truth, have to follow our hearts and do what we believe in. And that's what it's all about. And God's on our side. If we just speak the truth, do what's right, and live for each other, support one another. This is so important, because you're not going to get through this alone. We've got the Grand Solar Minimum as well. Look into that, Adapt 2030, David Dubine's channel. Very good information. We've got to get through this, and we can't be in fear mode. Not at all, because I believe life is much more than just being in this shell, being in this body. I think there's a much bigger purpose, and the spirit goes on, and we've got to keep fighting for truth. We've got to keep fighting for God. We've got to just continue to do what's right. And every day, speak to a few people about 5G, try and wake them up. And let's create a more beautiful world, because I think, the world's in a real state as it is at the moment. And, I think there's a lot that we can do to improve it. And it's about getting people to open up their hearts, and just tell people, when you tell them about 5G, just say, look, I'm doing this because I care. I want to make a better world. And I'm telling you because I care. You're a friend, or I really just want to explain about the situation. Please listen. And I think that's all we can do, So I'm not going to let this get too long, but I just want to thank everybody for listening, and keeping my fingers crossed for tonight. Probably be about 2:30, 3:30 until we know the election result here. Just going to see what happens in Totnes, and keep my fingers crossed. And thank you everybody for supporting me so far in this fight. What's going on? I'm so glad I managed to debate at the Totnes hustings. I thought it wasn't going to happen, but things just work out for the best sometimes, and we've got to keep fighting, folks. So thank you so much.